Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel's Mat Chat, and this is episode 280 of Mel's Mat Chat. How is everybody doing on AEW Revolution weekend? Oh my God, you're going to see me a lot this weekend. Speaking of that, I will be premiering my preview and predictions of AEW Revolution on Sunday at 11 a.m. So you have something to get up, get yourself a bagel, get yourself a cup of coffee, whatever you have to do to get yourself going and get yourself pumped for Sunday night. I am going to be so exhausted. I'm going to have to I have an echocardiogram on Monday, which is just another situation in itself, but it is what it is. You know the deal that you will hear last week's Rampage on here. You will not be hearing Dynamite or this coming week's Rampage on Friday. That will be on the preview and predictions of Revolution this Sunday at 11 a.m. So you get to go do that. You're gonna hear my thoughts. Hopefully, this fucking pay-per-view finishes up at a decent time because I gotta get super early and I have to go for a test. So, but hopefully Tony Khan will surprise us and we will have a great revolution. Please do me a favor. Can you do me a huge favor and go check me out on my social media platforms, which is Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, which are Mel's Mat Chat, and my I am on Snapchat, and I'm also on Facebook. So go check that out. Please also do me a favor. Please go check out the people over at harrys.com, and you could go get your shaving and toiletry essentials right there. If you have a beard, please do me a big favor and go check out the people over at Maestro Classics and go and check them out. If you have a beard and you want to keep it tight, go check them people out at maestroclassics.com. If you want to murder your thirst and have a little nice some iced tea to murder your thirst, they finally came out with iced tea from Liquid Death. I'm dying to try them. I have to go to where is it? It's either I can get them at Whole Foods or I can get them on Amazon, which I want to get like one can each before I can pick my favorite. I've checked I've done the flavored waters and they're pretty good. I have right now lime in my refrigerator, so they're going into the iced tea game. So go check them out at liquiddeath.com. Please go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com, and they've made the decision of keeping blueberry vanilla on the website permanently. So go check them out. Also, next weekend, I think it is March 10th, they're going to have another event for House of Glory. You can go pick up your tickets at hogwrestling.net, and you could go check it out on Fight TV. You could subscribe to Fight TV Plus for $7.99 a month. I got locked in for $4.99. I was thrilled that I did this. And if you do that, you get free replays of the events and stuff like that. You get unlimited replays. So even if you ordered something and you haven't had a chance to go check it out, you have it available at the free replay at your own discretion. So we're gonna do AEW first and then WWE, and I want to thank Ringside News for the rundowns of each of the shows. I do not watch them anymore. And you all know what my stance is the reason why I'm not watching. I catch up on everything on Twitter and everything, so it's not like I'm not in the know of the product. It just I can't sit down and watch it knowing that Vince McMahon is booking the shows now. Again, Vince McMahon is now back in creative. If you people don't understand, then it's not my problem. It's your problem due to the fact is that you are naive. Everybody is naive to the fact. Vince McMahon is in creative. You're not going to tell me otherwise, okay? And I want to point something out because last night I had a bad case of insomnia, and what I could see of what I see online and everything, the the thing with Joe Gacy, the schism, I think it is. I'm sorry, but when I see that, that's the fucking Wish version of the Judgment Day. That is my what is it? That is my assessment of the whole situation. And Ava Raine, Simone Johnson trying to be Rhea Ripley, please. Please. Oh my God. She's got two fucking bad knees. When is she getting in the ring? I mean, the fucking Thea Hale has been in the fucking ring more times than she has. Dear God. Oh my God. Is she going to even get in the ring? I don't think so. And I will be so fucking goddamn curious of how bad she is in the ring. Sweetheart, I think your two baby sisters will be better in the ring than you are. So I wish you'd step aside. Why don't you just do something in the other portions of the entertainment industry, like with your mother, what she's doing? See, be like your mother. You are not your father. Okay, you will never be your father. Her brothers and sisters, her sisters are going to be in WWE. And they're going to be training underneath the Usos, training underneath Roman Reigns, the new head of the table. Because when he finally defeats The Rock, he is going to ascend to that. So I'm telling you, the schism is the shits. And I don't want people to tell me, oh, because you don't watch NXT. I can't watch NXT. It hurts my soul of watching NXT. I was so spoiled with Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode. I mean, I was fucking, oh my God. I'm Drew McIntyre. Andrade Cien Almas. I mean, do I need to keep going on and on? The Undisputed Era. I mean, the Grizzly Young Veterans. Oh, telling you, the Grizzly Young Veterans and Joe Gacy were better apart than they are together. The only reason I think they put them together is because Samoa Johnson can't fucking goddamn be in wrestling. Fucking goddamn, she's behind the 8 ball with two fucking bad limbs. I got two bad knees. Do you see me fucking goddamn running a marathon? Hell no. I know my limitations. She's gonna have limitations. And they're going to kiss her ass. Because if they don't kiss her ass, The Rock won't come back. So, Ava Raine, Samoa Johnson, get the fuck out of here. Get off my fucking computer. I'm telling you. So I was dealing with morons on the fucking goddamn television not television, the Twitterverse here. The people in the IWC are the most fucking idiotic people on the planet. And then I got Joe Gacy coming at me. How are we like Judgment Day? Yeah, you don't see it. They're basically two cults. They're two cults. They're two fucking cults that have a creepy fucking gothic goddamn vibe to them. And they're nothing alike. Yeah. People gotta fucking stop putting rose-colored glasses on when it comes to wrestling. I've been watching wrestling probably longer than some people that are fucking watching it now. My son's age, probably they just started watching wrestling because they think it's cool. I've been through the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. So I've known about this. I've been watching it. I've been following it since I'm 3 months old, and I will be 41 in May. So this whole situation, yes, the whole fucking kit and caboodle is that the more they do this shit on NXT, the more it's taken away from their core fucking values. And my God, this week, holy shit, their fucking viewership is down because they can't put on quality fucking goddamn content. And who we fucking goddamn blame for this? It's not Triple H, it's Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is booking NXT. And I find this hilarious. For a guy that was sitting right by Paul Levesque, Triple H, NXT Gold, he couldn't fucking goddamn take some pointers. Obviously, he's too brain dead from getting hit in the head. I think his eyes are this way or this way. I mean, come on. Focus here. Or you're too busy trying to get back on TV with Grayson Waller. Yes, I know what's going on. It's on Twitter. So tell me I'm not keeping up with everything. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't understand how you cannot go back to black and gold. It's very simple. It's very simple. But you guys choose not to because you just don't want to see that back. Because there's too many people saying, oh, the vanilla midgets. Those are the men and the men that are putting their bodies on the lines. I do not want to see fucking goddamn, I swear to God, when I see fucking Amos or, what's his face? Commander Aziz, Double Doonday, Double Doo. Seriously, I do not want to see these people. If they're going to be on there, they're going to be used in a proper way. They're not going to fucking be like idiots that like with the stupid favorite baby face syndrome, okay? So I'm just done with this. I'm done with the fucking NXT. I'm done with fucking Raw and SmackDown. They're being booked by Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr., okay? They're being booked. All 3 fucking shows. Because Vince McMahon can't handle people doing things better than him. So that he's got to stroke his fucking ego like he has his girlfriends or the multitude of fucking women that he's paid off to do for him. I mean, how much is the going rate? 10 grand to give him a nice jerk hand job? What is it, 30 grand for a blow job? Well, I guarantee you when it's 30 grand for a blow job and it's another 50 grand to go all the way. And if you want to throw in an anal, it's going to be another 30 grand. And please don't tell me that he's done nothing wrong. If he didn't keep paying people off, then we would say, oh, he has done nothing wrong. If you're paying somebody off, you've done something wrong. And I don't want to be associated with a sexual predator. A publicly traded company is being run by a sexual predator. I find that fucking ridiculous. And I'm going to keep using this I'm blue in the face. Les Munoz did the exact same thing. I don't understand if he thinks that he's paid his debt and everything like that. Why isn't he coming back? Why isn't all these CEOs or owners that have sold teams, stepped down, or whatever the case may be, why don't they start coming back? Why? I don't understand this. How is Vince McMahon special enough? Because guess what he did? He came in and he fucking goddamn pushed his way back into WWE. We don't need him to sell the fucking company. That's why he fucking hired Nick Khan for. So he hires Nick Khan and he puts his son-in-law and his daughter-in-law in charge as well, and they can't sell the company. All you have to do is pick up a fucking cell phone, say, Steph, how's it going on the sale? Is everything going swimmingly? When everything is done, I'll come in and I'll make sure everything is on the up and up. The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and whatnot. You'll handle that? Great. I'm gonna go and check on the back nine. I'm gonna go talk to Donnie. I think Donnie needs a little bit of a campaign fund donation. I think he's ready to go on the back nine on the golf course. Okay, I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm away from the NXT. Don't worry about it. I'm fine with that. No problem. All right, sweetheart. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. That's what you do. Now with the people who have a fucking pea brain mind, I really was on the phone with fucking goddamn Stephanie McMahon. I was just using that as a fucking goddamn example. He needs to go and be a grandfather. If my grandfather was able to retire, I think my grandparents retired before they were 60. All right? They were fucking set. They retired before they were 60. And if my grandparents could do it, he can do it. And he's what? Almost 80 at this point? But that's neither here or there. But also I want to touch on the fact with what is it called? Sonya Deville got arrested today for possession of a deadly weapon. She was in New Jersey. She had a permit to carry a gun. But in fucking New Jersey, it's fucking libtown. Lib country. Fucking libtart city. All right? I feel bad for her because she's still suffering from the fucking idiot that broke into her house. And I would be beside myself right now. I've been mugged when I was 19 years old. I'm a single woman right now. I'm a mother. I live alone now because of my mother being dead and everything. So I want to protect myself. I want to get a gun. I want to be able to stay here and be able to feel safe. I don't feel safe here in New York. I don't. When I go out, I'm scared to go out. So people tell me, "Oh, just call the cops; they'll take care of it." Yeah, I'll be dead before the cops come here. I want to be able to do action first, then call the cops and let them deal with the fucking idiot. But my prayers, my support goes out to you, Sonya Deville. I am on your team. Fuck New Jersey. Fuck New York. Fuck the goddamn lawmakers who find guns like kryptonite. I got an idea. How about with all your security, all the fucking bureaucrats in New Jersey and New York, why don't you tell your fucking security detail to leave the guns at home and see how you feel, all right? Put your money where your mouth is, you fucking morons, okay? And speaking of Sonya Deville, she has been, she announced that her and a girlfriend are now engaged. Congratulations. So happy, so happy. Love is love. Love who you want, as long as they're legal and they're of age and they are consenting adults and they are happy, and that's it. I'm bisexual, and if it came to the point that I really felt really strongly about a woman and I decided to pursue that and get married and everything, mazel tov, mazel tov. So it's mazel tov, mazel tov. You know, April is coming very, very quickly, people. Please do me a favor. April 2nd, it's, I believe it's a Sunday this year. Even though it's the second night of WrestleMania, but it's not, nothing is going to stop World Autism Awareness Day. Please do me a favor on WrestleMania Day. Take the time out. Go wear something blue, or you know, do something blue. Eat blueberries. Eat anything that's blue. Wear something blue. Make a sign that's with blue. I need blue. Let's light this world up for World Autism Awareness Day. Take the picture. Take the selfie, the video, and whatnot. Hashtag it World Autism Awareness Day. Then I want you to tag me into the post. You can do it on any social media. I will see it, and then I'm going to try to, screenshot a lot of stuff, and then I'm going to try to put it on. I'm going to try to do something on maybe TikTok or Instagram or something like that. Then I'm going to work with the app, and I'm going to see if I could do like posting for everybody. And I want to say thank you ahead of time. If you're going to do this, I'm going to do it. You should too. Somebody in your life has to have autism, is living with autism. I deal with it on a daily basis. My child is autistic. He goes through this every single day. I am an advocate. I've been an advocate before it was fucking cool. So please do me a favor. Be the voice of the voiceless. I'm the voice of my son. He can't advocate for himself. I'm the one that steps in and makes those hard decisions. So for parents who are going through this, please take the time out of your busy schedule. Maybe go over and help them cook a dinner, or go and take the child, or sit with him in a room, or sit with her in a room, and tell the parents, hey, go take a shower or go take a nap and everything. I got you. Be more informed. Please get yourself educated about this, because you never know. Tomorrow you could be working for a brilliant autistic human being, and you will never know until you find out. I know the signs of it. You should too. Please go and check everything out on the internet. Look everything up and whatnot. Please. April 2nd, World Autism Awareness Day. I would appreciate this. That is the only fucking cause I'm up with. All right, let's get to from Rampage last week. They were coming from the AEW Rampage Slam Dunk was broadcast from the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. We started off with the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, with Kenny Omega on the outside versus Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. Aussie Open hit Matt Jackson with tandem offense. You cannot get in their heads of you cannot get in the heads of the Young Bucks. They have been there, done that, said Callis. I hate Don Callis. The Bucks rolled back with stereo drop kicks on Aussie Open. Davis slammed each of the Bucks and then double slammed them. The Bucks fired back with great teamwork on Aussie Open. Outside the ring, Aussie Open smashed the Bucks back to back against each other and then planted them on the ring apron. Mark Davis chopped at Nick Jackson with crushing blows. Heavy hands with Mark Davis, said Excalibur. Nick Jackson fought back against both members of Aussie Open and made the crawl to tag the brother Matt Jackson. Grabbing the tag, Matt used a jumping slice bread on Fletcher. Matt jumped off the top turnbuckle to the outside on Mark Davis. Matt dropped an elbow off the top rope on Kyle Fletcher for a near fall. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" Nick Jackson squashed Fletcher with a senton. Nick went for the pin, but Davis jumped in to break it up. Nick rallied back with a facebuster on Davis, but Fletcher flattened Nick with a brainbuster on the arena floor. Fans are chanting, "AEW, AEW." The Bucks unleashed a super kick party on Fletcher and tried for the BTE trigger, but Fletcher moved out of the way. The Bucks inadvertently cracked one another with their knees. The Bucks were going for the Meltzer driver when the arena lights turned off. The lights turned back on, and Fletcher reversed Matt Jackson and spiked him with a reverse tombstone pile driver. Aussie Open had Matt Jackson isolated with double teamed him. I assumed the blackout was the House of Black playing mind games with the Bucks and Jericho, said Jericho. The Bucks connected with the BTE trigger and Matt Jackson covered Kyle for the win. A return to tag team form for the Bucks, said Excalibur. The lights turned off again, and this time they turned back on. The ring was surrounded by the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Hart. The arena went dark again, and this time the House of Black vanished. So this is going to be a match at Revolution, which is going to be Sunday. So I will be doing my preview and predictions, and it's going to be premiering at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Lexi Nair interviewed the best friends backstage. Trent and Chuck Taylor were ambushed by Big Bill, Lee Moriarty, and the Guns. Best friends were laid out by a steel pipe from the Guns. Danhausen and Orange Cassidy came to check on the best friends after a commercial break. Tony Storm versus Willow Nightingale. Storm charged at Willow as Willow had her back turned. Willow used a shoulder block to take Tony Storm off her feet. Willow blasted Tony with a double chop. Tony dug her fingers into the face of Willow and then pulled her hair. Tony rammed Willow with the double hip attack, knocking Willow to the arena floor. Tony whipped Willow into the ring apron. Tony smashed Willow with another hip attack, this time in the ring. Willow fought back with a cannonball senton and then a Death Valley driver for a near fall on Tony Storm. After the distraction from Saraya, Willow got caught off with a Storm Zero and pinned by Tony Storm. Saraya pulled out the green spray paint while Tony held back. Willow Ruby Soho ran out to even up the odds. AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, sprinted down chasing Tony and Saraya up the ramp. The Murder Hawk Lance Archer versus Bryce Saturn. Jake Roberts is back, and what a coincidence. This past Sunday on A&E, he was being spotlighted. I think that was hilarious. Bryce charged at Archer as Archer came down the ramp, but Archer was ready and backdropped him. Archer mauled Bryce inside the ring with vicious strikes and chops. Saturn landed a few shots, but Arthur ate them for lunch. Archer nearly decapitated Saturn with a lariat and then pinned him for the win. We heard from Limitless Keith Lee versus the Natural Dustin Rhodes. They challenge Swerve and Parker to a match this Wednesday on Dynamite. We have the main event time. Sammy Guevara versus Action Andrade. Action clotheslined Sammy out of the ring. Action followed Sammy to the floor and whipped Sammy into the steel ring barricade. Andrade hit a springboard lariat off the barricade onto Sammy. Action pulled up Sammy with a deadlift into the Falcon Arrow for a near fall. On Sammy Guevara, Action smashed Sammy with a 450 splash off the apron and onto the arena floor. Andrade, whatever, springboard off the ropes and served up a kick to Sammy for a 2 count. Action grabbed Sammy looking for the GTH, but Sammy escapes. Sammy cracked on Action with a multiple knee strikes. Action fired back with a John Woo drop kick in the corner. Action attempted a moonsault, but Daniel Garcia knocked Action off the ropes with a clothesline. Sammy took advantage of the assist and pinned Action after hitting the GTH. The Ocho, Chris Jericho, went down to the ring to help Sammy and Daniel celebrate. So that is that. That is all AEW for this week. You can find the rest of the stuff. It's going to be on the preview and predictions for Revolution this Sunday at 11 a.m. And I want to make next week I'm going to test it out and I'll just combine it. I am going to be possibly adding Ring of Honor. I'm going to see how it is this week, this Thursday, which this is technically being done on Wednesday. So Thursday will be Ring of Honor. If it's worth, I'm going to watch this week and I'm going to watch next week. If it's decent, I will then do it. But if not, I'm just going to keep watching it. But I won't be adding it to the lineup here. We have SmackDown from last week. WWE SmackDown starts off about the outcome of the Elimination Chamber. Fans can expect the Witness to Fallout show as well as the build-up to WrestleMania 39. We have Rhea Ripley comes face-to-face with Charlotte Flair. Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross. Firefly Funhouse returns. Imperium versus Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and Madcap Moss. We open the show with the opening package for the show. Kayla is backstage with Jimmy. Jimmy enters. He says he hasn't spoken to Jay, but he texted and called him and told him to meet him in the middle of the ring. He said he told Jay to get everything off his chest in the middle of the ring. First match, Imperium versus Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and Madcap Moss. Braun Strowman music and his team members come out. All the people have come out. The match begins with Madcap Moss and Vinci. Vinci takes down Madcap Moss. Moss knocks down Vinci and tags in Ricochet, who dives onto Vinci. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ricochet knocks down Vinci and goes to tag Braun, but is stopped by Vinci with a clothesline. Vinci tags out and Kaiser attacks Ricochet and sends him into the ropes. Ricochet tries to fight back, but is knocked back again. Kaiser slaps Strowman, who tries to come in, and the distraction allows Imperium to attack Ricochet. We come back from commercial break. Ricochet fights back, but is not enough as Kaiser hits the clothesline. Cover 1-2 kick out. Kaiser tags in Gunther, who continues to attack Ricochet. Drew McIntyre comes out to watch Gunther. Gunther tags in Vinci, who hits the clothesline on Ricochet. Ricochet tags in Strowman, who attacks Kaiser and Vinci. Kaiser tags in Gunther, who chops Strowman, and both men exchange chops. Gunther with a dropkick. Madcap tags in and attacks Gunther in the corner. Gunther with a German suplex and a clothesline followed it up by a powerbomb for the win. Winner Imperium. So after the match, the Viking Raiders attack McIntyre and throw him into the barricade. Sheamus comes to his aid, but the numbers are too much for Sheamus. Strowman attacks Viking Raiders and Ricochet dives onto them. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus send them into the crowd. Kayla interviews Rey Mysterio, who says that he will put an end to Karrion Kross. Santos Escobar interrupts him and says he and his family values respect and he wants to show the WWE Universe how much he respects him. Dominic comes in and says he is pathetic. It says it's pathetic. Santos says he will teach Dominic some respect. Rhea comes in between Dominic and Santos Escobar. He tells Rey not to let it bother him, but Rey says it bothers him because Dominic is his son. Boo-hoo. Jimmy and Solo are backstage. I want to send congratulations out to Solo Sequoia. He got married today. Congratulations and have a blessed marriage from here from Mel's Mat Chat. Jimmy says a few weeks ago he knew Jay would be there for him, but isn't sure anymore, says Jay. He says sure anymore, and says Jay might be spooked over Sammy. Heyman says Solo will stay back with him while he handles Jay personally. Jimmy agrees. LA Knight's music played and he walks out to the ring. He gets on the mic and says it's the season where everyone is talking about WrestleMania. But he came out here to win titles and take money. He said he's not going to be having a WrestleMania moment and says that can't be a LA WrestleMania without LA Knight. And so it is going to give WrestleMania an LA Knight movement. The New Day music hits and they come out. Kofi mocks LA Knight and says he has been on the roster for 2.5 months. LA Knight says he didn't invite the New Day here. Wood says that Knight loves hands out, but WrestleMania moments are earned. Oh my God, the fucking goddamn irony. Oh my Jesus. I can't take it. I can't take the fucking, the in your face, rubbing it in. Oh my God. Earning a WrestleMania? Oh my God. Knight says he doesn't care about Wood's path and asks about Kofi Mania work out for him. The New Day gets in the ring and says Kofi says he won the WWE Championship, so it worked out well. He says he won't wait for the chance to shut LA Knight up. Woods asks Adam Pearce to send a referee out there. So he is now in charge? No. A referee comes out and rings the bell. So apparently, I didn't know that Kofi can make matches. Wow, that's really crazy. So Kofi Kingston versus LA Knight. Kofi with a Hurricane Rana on Knight, but LA Knight knocks him down with a shoulder tackle. Kofi with a flying elbow. Kofi with a splash on Knight. Kofi trips Knight and dances with Woods. He kicks Knight and then hits the crossbody. Cover 1-2 kick out. Kofi goes to work on LA Knight. Knight with a back elbow, knocking Kofi down. Knight then continues to attack Kofi. He hits a body slam on Kofi. Cover 1-2 kick out. Knight continues to attack Kofi in the corner. He goes for a neck breaker, but Kofi hangs on and attacks LA Knight in the corner. We come back from commercial break. Kofi with a springboard dropkick. He is sent to the outside and Woods goes to check on him. Knight provokes Woods. He then attacks Kofi and sends him into the ring. Knight with a knee to the face of Kofi. He then hits the flying shoulder, tackle, cover, 1-2 kick out. Kofi fights back and hits a jumping clothesline followed by a boom drop. He goes for trouble in paradise, but he plants Kofi. Cover 1-2 kick out. Knight attacks Woods, but Kofi drives onto Knight. Kofi climbs to the top rope, but stopped. Knight is hung up on the rope, and Kofi hits the trouble in paradise for the win. Winner Kofi Kingston. We come back from commercial break. Charlotte Flair goes out to the ring. She gets on the mic and says there are 35 days until WrestleMania. She also said she can't wait to hear what Rhea Ripley has to say to her face and calls her out, but she doesn't come out. Charlotte asks his Rhea is remembering the last time that they were in the ring. Dominic comes out and says she isn't going to let her run down Rhea. He is not going to let her run down Rhea. Charlotte asks him to get his mommy. Dominic says Rhea is the hottest thing in the WWE, and no one has ever won the Royal Rumble from the number one spot. Dominic says Rhea is strong, and when she hugs him, she really nearly breaks his back. And she's so strong when they make sweet ... And that is why Buddy Matthews is fucking pissed this week. But Dominic fucking gave it right back to Buddy and said, hey, you kissed my sister. I'm in my willpower of doing what I want to do. I love it. Charlotte says she has a Latino man that calls her mommy. Dominic says he has a lot in common with Flair. Dominic lists their similarities. He says he has a big chip on his shoulder, and at WrestleMania, when Rhea beats her, she will know that she is not good enough. Charlotte says she loves her dad and wishes Ric Flair a happy birthday and can still go. No! Is she fucking... Is Andrade giving her fucking the God's lettuce? The God's forbidden lettuce? The Cheech and Chong, the wacky tobacco. Come on. I think she needs to please, for Christ's sakes. Dominic fucking goddamn kicks him, he'll fucking seize out on the fucking mat. So yeah, that was stupid for her to say. So she says Rick would kick Dominic, but he isn't here. Rhea music hits and she gets to come out to the ring. Dominic is holding Rhea back and they both begin to leave. Charlotte holds up her title and Rhea re-enters the ring and gets in Charlotte's face. Rhea then leaves the ring and we go to the next segment. Natalya versus Shayna Baszler. I know, I'm tired of this. All right? I'm tired of this. I feel so bad for Shayna that she's in the situation she's in. If she ever gets out of her contract, Tony Khan, please sign her and get rid of 3 people that you don't need. Like Diamante. Okay? Diamante is the perfect person. Her and uh, Maddie Warensky and those women. Put a shade in there. That's gonna breaking news. um, you'll already know about this, but Eddie Kingston just quit AEW. Holy shit! Wow, shit. So Natalia's music hits. She comes out with Tegan Knox. So Ronda comes out with Shayna. The match begins with Natalia attacking Shayna. Natalia attacks her in the corner. Shayna fights back by targeting the arm of Natalia. She goes to work on the arm. Shayna with a kick to Natalia's arm. She goes for a knee strike but misses, and Natalia hits the side Russian leg sweep. Natalia then hits the German suplex cover 1-2 kick out. Natalia goes for the sharpshooter, but Shayna escapes and rolls out. Natalia goes after her and sends her back into the ring. Ronda distracts Natalia, allowing Baszler to kick her in the face and then locks in the armbar as Natalia taps out. Winner Shayna Baszler. Following the match, Shayna attacks Tegan Knox. Ronda goes for a kick on Natalia, but Tegan takes her down. We come back from the commercial break. The Firefly Funhouse music plays, and Bray is watching his segment from last week. Lashley's segment from Raw plays. Bray then appears on the screen and welcomes the audience. He asks who's opened the door and says it's time for the weather. Uncle Howdy mumbles something. Bray then appears in what appears like a fake game show. A voice asks, "Can you keep a secret?" Bray appears in a mask and asks, "Can you keep a secret?" Jimmy says, so that was the end of that. And then we go into Jimmy says he is going to hash things out and show a text from Roman saying he will be back next week, and says either Jimmy handles Jay tonight or Roman will handle him next week. Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross. Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross they go to the ring. The match begins, and Rey with a Hurricane Rana. He sends Kross over the top rope and hits the 619 to the back of his head before hitting the suicide dive. Come back from commercial break. Kross knocks down Mysterio. He attacks him in the corner. Rey sends Kross into the corner and hits the senton, but it has little effect as Mysterio is sent outside the ring. Kross with a gutbuster to Rey. He sends him into the ring and picks up Mysterio. He climbs the rope, but Rey fights out and hits a Hurricane Rana. Cover 1-2 kick out. Rey sends Kross into the ropes. Scarlett is on the apron. Rey accidentally knocks her down. He goes for the 619, but Dominic catches him and throws him down. He then asks him to hit him. Rey gets back in the ring by Kross with a forearm, and he knocks him in the cross jacket for the win. Kross gets his win back. After the match, Dominic gets in the ring and asks Rey to hit him. He shoves Rey repeatedly. Rey gets in Dominic's face and he dares him to hit him. Dominic asks him to do it, but Rey hesitates. Rey walks away from the ring. Jimmy is backstage and he is checking his phone to see if Jay has replied to his texts. We go to the commercial break. Jimmy Uso music plays and he walks to the ring. He gets on the mic and says he knows Jay is watching somewhere. He said he knows Jay is torn and hurt. Jimmy says he will always be here for Jay and asks Jay to be here for him now. He says everything has been crazy and they have a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens problem. Sami Zayn appears through the crowd. Sami says he wants to talk to Jay, but he needs to talk to him. He says they are like brothers, and Jimmy had his back from day one and says Jimmy is the one who made him an honorary oops. He says when things went south, Jimmy took him down without hesitation, and that hurt. Jimmy says Sami is so selfish. He says Sami is the one who made the choice and did what he had to do. He says family doesn't betray you. Sami says family doesn't make you prove yourself and manipulate you. Jay is in the rafters. Sami says the bloodline is about one man and he will make sure of it. Come sure it comes crumbling down. Sami offers him a way out. Sami looks up at Jay. Jimmy attacks him and Jay comes down. Sami hits a haluva kick and Jay looks on from the crowd. Solo Sequoia comes out and Sami leaves through the crowd. And that was the end of SmackDown. So that is that. Let me just check something. So let's go on to Monday Night Raw, and then I can get you out of here. Monday Night Raw. We'll start with the highlights from the show that takes place in, I think it was Grand Rapids, Michigan. With a little over a month away from WrestleMania 39, WWE is to look to build out these storylines as we head into the biggest event of the year, which means that tonight's episode of Raw promises another exciting night of action. The updated card is as followed: Candice LeRae versus Piper Niven, Cody Rhodes versus Chad Gable, the Street Profits versus the Jimmy Uso and Solo Sequoia, Asuka versus Carmella, Miss TV, Brock Lesnar, will he accept Omos's challenge? Women's Tag Team Championship match, Damage Control versus Becky Lynch and WWE Hall of Famer Lita. WWE Raw opens up with Becky Lynch and WWE Hall of Famer Lita shown arriving on to Monday Night Raw. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sequoia versus the Street Profits. Jimmy's theme, everybody's out to the ring. They go to the ring and whatnot. The crowd is chanting Sami Zayn. He said, if you come for one member, you come for all members of the bloodline. Jimmy asked Cody, you won't beat Roman Reigns. He then says he and Solo are here to remind everyone who runs Raw. The Street Profits theme song comes on, and they come out to the ring. Ford starts by mocking Solo and Jimmy. Ford then says Jay is probably in the back, and they pretend to call Jay. They then says that he can't blame Jay for not being here. Ford says bloodline can't run their own family. Jimmy says Ford talks too much for someone who got beaten by the bloodline. Dawkins interrupts them before Ford says they want the smoke and they brawl in the ring, and Jimmy and Solo are sent out of the ring. Come back from commercial break. Dawkins attacks Jimmy in the corner. Jimmy fights back and tags in Solo, who continues to attack Dawkins. Dawkins with a dropkick to Solo, and he tags in Ford. They both drop kick Solo, and Ford goes to work on him. Solo gets Ford to his corner, and Jimmy tags in and attacks Ford. Jimmy goes to work on Ford. Ford attacks back with a dropkick and tags out, and Dawkins hits the dropkick. He then attacks Jimmy in the corner. He goes for a double underhook, but Jimmy escapes and punches Dawkins. Solo tags in and hits a clothesline on Dawkins. We come back from commercial break. Solo with a Samoan drop on Dawkins. Sequoia continues to attack Dawkins in the corner. He hits a hip attack. Solo super kicks Ford for the hip attack again, but Dawkins catches him with a flying forearm. Both men tag out, and Ford attacks Jimmy with a clothesline and a back elbow. He hits the back suplex for back suplex and a moonsault. Cover 1-2 kick out. Ford sent to the apron. He kicks Solo and kicks Jimmy. He climbs to the top rope, but stopped by Jimmy Uso. Ford drops Jimmy and hits a crossbody. Cover 1-2 kick out. Both men exchange strikes. Solo tags in and it is taken out. Ford with a spine buster on Jimmy. Ford tags out. Solo comes in and super kicks Dawkins and hits the Samoan spike for the win. Winner Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Following the match, they attack the Street Profits. Solo gets a chair and places it around Ford's head. Kevin Owens comes in and super kicks Solo Sikoa before hitting Jimmy with a stunner. We come back from commercial break. Brock Lesnar's theme song comes on and he makes his way to the ring. MVP music hits and comes out looking surprised. He starts by saying this isn't how he envisioned Lesnar accepting the challenge. Lesnar apologized for being early, but asks him to get in the ring. MVP says he is fine. Lesnar says he is all about business and has no beef with him. Lesnar says he is here to listen to MVP in the VIP lounge. MVP asks if it's okay for him to step into the ring. Boy, is somebody scaredy cat. Lesnar says there won't be any suplexes tonight. He gets to the ring. Lesnar says MVP didn't insult him last week and asks MVP to sell this fight and says he came here to do some business. MVP says Brock is the beast and begins hyping up Brock Lesnar. He says Lesnar had his hands full with Bobby Lashley, but he thinks he can have his way with Amos. Lesnar says he can put his hands on a man, but he can't do the same to a giant. A giant that couldn't get past Braun Strowman, just to put that out. He said a giant can conquer a beast. MVP says Brock can't beat Amos. Lesnar says he's selling was good and says he accepts MVP's challenge. He then says they should shake on it and drink on it. Brock then says they will fight at WrestleMania and shake hands. MVP says he will pop a bottle, but Lesnar says he has the good stuff and says they will drink the good stuff. He toasts their match and takes a drink. MVP says he will toast with champagne. Brock says MVP won't make him drink alone. MVP takes a drink and asks, "What is this?" Lesnar says it's called White Lightning. Oh, you take a fucking shot of that and you have a low tolerance for alcohol. Phew. Good night, Irene. MVP spits it out Lesnar at Lesnar. Lesnar wipes his face and hits an F5 on MVP before walking away. WWE Hall of Famer Lita and Becky Lynch are interviewed backstage. Lita says some of her best career highlights have been alongside some of the great tag teams. She says it's been on her bucket list. Lynch says it's been on her bucket list as well, and there's no one she would rather team with. Lynch says they will win the tag team titles tonight. Cody Rhodes is heading to the ring. Cody Rhodes versus Chad Gable. Cody Rhodes' theme song plays and he goes out to the ring, as well as Chad Gable. The match begins with both mat wrestle. Gable goes for an ankle lock, but Cody escapes. Cody with a reverse suplex. We go to commercial and we come back. Gable goes for a back suplex, but Cody lands on his feet and appears hurt. Gable targets the leg. The leg of Cody. Gable climbs the top rope and goes for the diving headbutt and misses. Cody with a shoulder tackle and an uppercut. He then hits the power slam and a disaster kick, cover 1-2 kick out. Cody locks the figure 4 leg lock. Gable gets to the top rope. Gable with a German suplex on Cody. Gable flips him into a DDT and hits a moonsault, cover 1-2 kick out. Cody and Gable exchange strikes in the corner. Gable sent outside the ring. Cody with a suicide dive onto Gable. Otis is distracted. Cody sends Otis over the barricade. He gets back in the ring and hits Cody Cutter and follows it up with Crossroads for the win. Winner, Cody Rhodes. After the match, Cody gets on the mic and said there are 33 days away from WrestleMania. He continues to say he is yet to stand in the same ring as Roman Reigns, but he is ecstatic. Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown because he will be there too. So Cody Rhodes will be on SmackDown this Friday. Byron Saxton interviews Baron Corbin, who says things haven't gone his way, and is interrupted by Baron, who then interviews Kevin Owens, who says that the bloodline should suffer the consequences, and he's going to make sure the bloodline falls, but he doesn't need any help in doing that. That's going to be the story. We come back from commercial break. Judgment Day are backstage, and Dominic calls Ray a joke and a loser. He says he will be on SmackDown again this week, and Ray is not going to do anything about it. Rhea says she didn't have to say a single word, as she was shook just by being in the same ring, and that she can't accept her fate. Finn says that their rivalry isn't over, as he gets to decide when it's over. He then says Edge is playing checkers while he is playing chess, and challenges Edge at WrestleMania. Maximum Male Models are backstage and ask Otis if Otis has considered their offer. Maxine tells him they will be in his corner for his match. Otis agrees and goes in search of Adam Pearce. So with the story that's going around, Chad Gable is going to be pulled away. Otis is going to need something to do. This is his something to do. Asuka versus Carmella. The match begins and both women exchange strikes. Carmella kicks Asuka in the face. She then attacks her in the corner. She hits the Bronco Buster. Cover 1-2 kick out. Asuka fights back with a pop-up knee strike. Cover 1-2 kick out. Asuka sent to the outside and Carmella super kicks her. We come back from commercial break. Carmella goes to work on Asuka. Asuka fights back with a backhand and rapid strikes. She knocks her down. Carmella rolls out of the ring and Asuka hits the unique sliding knee. Asuka goes for the drop kick but misses, and Carmella with a super kick. Cover 1-2 kick out. Carmella rolls her up, but Asuka reverses it into a submission hold, and Carmella taps out. Winner Asuka. She gets on the mic, Asuka, and talks in Japanese. She then calls out Bianca Belair, she comes out. Bianca says she doesn't like her tone and says she will not hesitate to remind her she is the EST of WWE. Carmella shoves Asuka into Belair and leaves the ring. So this is what's going to happen. Carmella's going to butt her fucking nose into it, and suddenly she's going to end up becoming Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. Fucking over Asuka, because remember, if this happens, Vince McMahon is back at the helm and Carmella is going to be the new Raw Women's Champion. Bank on it. Piper Niven versus Candice LeRae. Piper Niven. The match begins with Piper Niven. Before all of this, when Candice LeRae came out, Nikki Cross was following her for some godly reason. The match begins with Piper knocks down Candice. Candice fights back but is dropped by Piper, who hits a senton. Cover 1-2 kick out. Candice is sent into the corner. She is then sent to the outside. Piper sends her into the ring and sends Nikki into the barricade. As Piper entered the ring, Candice rolled her up for the win. Winner, Candice LeRae. Byron interviews Johnny Gargano, who says he has to be prepared for anything and describes how Otis was looking for a match. Judgment Day interrupts them. Damien says the last time he saw Gargano at the Elimination Chamber. Balor says Otis is going to beat Gargano, and if he doesn't, Balor will finish the job next week. Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor, take my credit card, take my fucking firstborn at this point. Yes, please. Or, yes, please. The Miz goes out to the ring for Miz TV. The Miz begins by welcoming the audience after the commercial break, the audience to Miz TV. He said he wants to talk about Maurice and the anniversary present she gave him. Miz says she is the gift that keeps on giving, and the gift is life-changing. Miz introduced his guest, who is the host of WrestleMania, which happens to be him. He said this will be bigger than the Oscars. Miz says that what irks him is that his wife had to ask. He says this WrestleMania will go viral with matches like Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, Asuka versus Bianca Belair, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, and then he says that he is so happy and nothing can spoil his happiness. Seth Rollins comes out. Miz asks what Rollins is doing here. He says it's a special moment. Rollins begins by saying that he came out here to congratulate him. Miz says Rollins has been ruining his parade. Rollins says he had to stomp him because Miz was being a jerk. Rollins says he has a favor to ask Miz. He continues to say he has been trying to get in touch with Logan Paul and asks the Miz to give him a call. The Miz says no because Logan is Seth's problem. He called Roman a goofball and Rollins a goofball, and Rollins kicked him in the face. Seth then takes his phone and unlocks it using Miz's face. Miz then dials Logan Paul, who asks him to stop calling. Seth asks Logan about Jake, saying he had a tough night yesterday. He invites Logan to show up next week. Logan accepts and says he would love to see him run his mouth face to face. Seth then says goodbye and hangs up. Rollins then stomps Miz before leaving the ring. Kathy Kelly interviews Damage Control. Bailey says they have been all over the world, proving that no one stands a chance against them. She says this is their story and legacy. Theory interrupts, says he is the greatest champion and says he is shocked he is not being talked about. Instead, people are talking about John Cena. He says he won at the Elimination Chamber. He says he beat Edge 2 days later. He says he respects John Cena. Hence, he will look at John Cena and give him all the respect and hopes Cena gives him this and hopes to give that Cena gives him the same respect. Bobby Lashley versus Elias. The match begins with Elias attacks Bobby Lashley, but Lashley body slams him and sends him outside. Lashley goes after him, but Elias escapes and sends Lashley into the barricade. He sends Bobby to the ring and goes for a clothesline, but Lashley hits a flatliner and spear. He then locks in the Hurt Lock, and Elias taps out. Winner Bobby Lashley. After the match, Lashley says he's not in a good mood now. He said instead of Brock tapping out, he resorted to a low blow. So I can guarantee you this match is going to happen somewhere in Saudi Arabia. He says he wants more. He said he doesn't play kid games like Bray Wyatt. He asks him to keep his name out of his mouth. Bray Wyatt appears on the Titantron, dancing. He then asks Lashley to run in a scary tone. Chelsea Green is backstage with Adam Pearce, who was trying to figure out last week's mix-up. Carmella interrupts. Adam says they both have a match next week and leaves while they get acquainted. That's a good tag team. Otis versus Johnny Gargano. The match begins with Otis knocks down Johnny Gargano. Johnny fights back and hits a insecurity and a drop kick. Otis rolls out of the ring. Maxine motivates Gargano, goes for a suicide dive and caught and slammed on the announcer's desk. Massey tries to get involved, but Dexter attacks him. Johnny talks to Maxine. Although, if you go back to Melina, Survivor Series, Shawn Michaels. Boy, is he fucking taken from Mr. HBK himself. And Otis got upset. He allows him to hit one final beat for the win, winner Johnny Gargano. Kathy Kelly interviews Paul Heyman, who says this is his favorite time of year. He says Cody is going to confront Roman, but Kathy reminds him that Cody never says he will confront Roman. Heyman says Cody will show up and confront Roman on this Friday. Cody will be confronted by Roman Reigns. Main event. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Damage Control versus Becky Lynch and WWE Hall of Famer Lita. The match begins with Lita and Io. Lynch knocks down Io and tags in Lita, and Io tags in Kai. Lita knocks down Kai. She goes for a twist of fate, but Kai escapes and tags out. Lita tags in Lynch, and they attack Io. Cover 1-2 kick out. Becky tags in Lita, and then Damage Control attack Damage Control in the corner. Lita goes for the moonsault, but Io rolls out of the way. Becky takes down Damage Control. Come back from a commercial break. Lita with a leg drop to Kai. She hits the DDT combo to Damage Control. Cover 1-2 kick out. Lynch hits Diamond Dust. Cover 1-2 kick out. Lynch transitions into a disarmer, but Io drop kicks her, sending her out to the ring. Lita goes checks on Lynch and Io attacks her. Io hits the moonsault on Lynch. She sends her back into the ring and goes to work on her. Io with a drop kick on Becky. Io tags out and double teams her. Cover 1-2 kick out. Kai with a scorpion kick. Cover 1-2 kick out. Becky fights back and takes down Kai. Becky goes for a tag, but Bailey took out Lita. Damage control plant Lynch. Cover 1-2 kick out. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus music hits, and she comes out and attacks Bailey. Lynch tags out Lita, attacks Io. Lita hits the Vertigo, 1-2 kick out. She goes for the moonsault, but Io stops her and attempts the moonsault. Lita hits Twist of Fate. Bailey distracts Lita, but Trish takes her out. Lita hits the Lita Salt for the win, and we have new WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Becky Lynch and WWE Hall of Famer Lita. Jeez Louise. Holy crap. This, I don't know where this is going to go, but we're just going to have to stay tuned. But they could do a fatal 4-way. They could do a triple threat. We don't know. This is basically the biggest question mark for WrestleMania for this match. In my mind, I would actually do the 6-woman tag. That's just me. They don't need Ronda. They don't need anybody else. It's just to get these women on the card, which hopefully it's like 6 matches one night and 6 matches the other night. I'll be one happy bitch. So that is that. That is absolutely that. Give me your thoughts and everything. Always leave me some comments. I love the interaction. Speaking of interaction, please, while you're on here, like, share, subscribe, and turn my bell on all the notifications. Please do that. And please, again, like and share all my videos. I would appreciate it. Also, please check out the people over at harrys.com for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Please go check out my Astro Classics at myAstroClassics.com and get all your beard essentials. And if you are really thirsty and you're dying for a killer iced tea, go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. They have 3 new iced tea varieties, so go check them out, as well as their spring water and their sparkling unflavored water and mixed berry, mango orange, and lime. So go check them out at liquiddeath.com. If you want really a strong cup of coffee, well, go check out the people over at Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And if you like blueberry vanilla, it's going to be on there permanently. And please, next week, go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. You're going to be able to see a match with Loki versus Kushida. It will be on Fight TV, and if you subscribe to Fight TV Plus, it's $7.99. I got to have it locked in for $4.99. I was thrilled. And a lot of things will come good for that. They have ICW, so a lot of independent companies will be able to stream on there. Go have yourself a grand old time. And again, please, April 2nd, please tag me in while you're wearing blue, eating a blue something, whatever. I need blue. Anything blue. Don't give me the blue balls, okay? I don't need to see them. I will report you. I will take myself out of it. Anything else but that. And hashtag World Autism Awareness Day and tag me into to the video, the picture, whatnot. I will be back here on Sunday at 11 a.m. for the preview and predictions of Revolution. I may be able to watch Revolution. Ring of Honor for tomorrow, and I will see if I can get that included into the go home, because that would be great to include that. So I want everybody to have a great revolutionary weekend, and I will be doing the preview and predictions sometime on Monday, so look forward to that. I'll tweet that out. Speaking of Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Mel's Mat Chat. Go check me out on Snapchat and Facebook. I will be back here next week at 2 p.m. for episode 281. And we're going to be more closer to WrestleMania. It's only a couple weeks and whatnot. So have a great Friday and have a great Revolution Sunday. Love you all, and I love you all.